and welcome back to my nail corner. Today we have a little special guest, and this is my daughter Riley. She is 5 years old and has been having her nails dipped occasionally since she was, just shy of 3. She's watched me do it a bunch of times, and so I would do it for her, and she loves it, and they don't fall off the next day, and nail polish isn't all chipped up. Like, I'm sure if you've experienced little girl nails, you've noticed that nail polish doesn't last long. So I've had a lot of questions. I've seen a lot of questions on Facebook in the dip community about dipping children's nails. And so I thought I would do hers on camera for you guys. She has been begging to be in a video and tell you what I've experienced and just, give you my 2 cents. So if little hands don't apply to you, I'm sorry, this video might not be for you. But if you have little hands and were wondering, I'm here to fill you in. So little hands being, children, not that you have tiny adult hands. Anyway, I do very little to no prep to her nails at all. I make sure her hands are washed, which keeps, just gets like the oils off of her fingernails. And then I just clip her nails. And then as you saw, if there's any like snagged pieces, I'll file them, and that's it. And then I go into the base. So this is a double dip color called Fairy Cotton, and it's a super pretty light pink. I love it, and now I can't wait to get it on my hands. But she got to try it first. I was having pictures done of my 2 kids, and she wanted pretty nails, so I said I would dip them, and I did some decals at the end of this, so you'll see those coming up as well. So again, no prep, and I only do 2 dips. So I'm using Virgo and Gem base because it's a nice thin base, and I like that for on her nails, especially because they're so short. If you have like a thicker base, kind of gives them like a little bubble effect, and I don't file hers at all. So you'll see I do 2 full dips, and that's it. I activate. If there's anything kind of weird sticking out around the edges, I'll file it, but typically if you have a good application or a nice thin base, you won't have a lot of that. So I activate, I don't file, I don't buff, I don't do anything, and then I do top coat. And it works great. The one thing I would encourage you is that because I started so young with her, she's very used to how this feels on her nails, and it doesn't bother her, and she doesn't pick at them, and she doesn't pull them off. She just leaves them until they literally are so loose that they fall off on their own. We've never seen any damage to her natural nail. I've never seen any greenies develop, nothing like that. So in, 2.5 years, we've not had any issues. So I can only speak to my experience, but this is what it's been. So I would just encourage you that if you're doing this with a child who's maybe a little older or starting in at 5 years old or 7 or 8 or whatever, that you just strongly emphasize that they shouldn't pick them off, because that's going to kind of remove a layer of your nail every time. So if they do that once or twice and then you don't dip again for a year, then their nails are going to grow out and that's going to be a new nail. But if you're doing dipping regularly for them and they're picking them off every time, I think that's going to eventually cause damage and cause their nails to be really thin. So that would be my one thing to emphasize. If you're not going to do that, maybe throw peel base on, but it's only going to last a day or 2. With this process for my daughter, sometimes like 2 days later she'll lose one, then she'll lose another one, and so on and so forth for the next 10 days. These have been on her nails as I'm recording this for 6 days, and she still has all 10 of them on. So it varies, I think, based on their activities and just, I guess, the cleanliness of the nail when I start my application. But that has been our experience. So I'm going to go ahead. Well, I guess I don't have to go anywhere. I'm finishing up her second dip right now. And then I have some cute little, I want to call them decals. What's the difference between a decal and a sticker? Maybe somebody can tell me. But I have some nail stickers that came in a Sparkle & Co. sub bag last year, and they're adorable. They have like little unicorns and hearts and just cute little girly things, and so I threw a couple of decals on her nails. So right now I'm activating, like I said, that's all I do, and then I'm going to top coat after I'm done with these little decals. Look at how cute those are, like rainbows and bows and unicorns and sparkly things. And sometimes like I wish her nails were bigger because these are so darn cute. But anyway, so I picked a couple of those, put those on a couple of fingers, and then what you're going to see me do is get my activator out again. The reason I did that is because if you take longer than about 2 minutes to do the decals, then your activator has dried long enough and you risk it maybe being too long for your top coat to cure. Additionally, because I put stickers on top of half of her nail and I didn't do anything special to seal those in, I wanted just kind of a little bit of activator residue on top of them, just to make sure my top coat cured. If I was doing this on my nails and I was worried about there being any like bumps or anything like that, I would likely have sealed these decals in with a gel top coat or a dip of clear. But she's 5 and she doesn't care if there's like a little bump or if it's not flawless glossy top coat, so I didn't bother. So you'll see that in a minute here that I come back over it with activator and then I top coat. So I'm going to be back in just a second. I've jabbered on enough and I'm going to wrap this up for you guys. Alright, so now I have top coated and she's all shiny, and as per usual I'm going to wrap up this mani for her with Cuticle Candy from Candi Skincare, just like I would my own, to keep her cuticles nice and healthy and moisturized. I highly recommend having an iPad with a show or something to distract your child while you do this because they hold nice and still. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you have a little one that's been dying to get their nails dipped, I hope this encouraged you and gave you a little bit of just tips just to keep their nails healthy in the process. So thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a great day, and check out her cute little nail poses at the end of this. Maybe I'll start doing my nail fees like hers. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye now.